Bonjour, hello. Welcome to MaxMountainWorld. Little errand today, this morning, down to the post office, which is 6 kilometres away. Got the car out. It's a pretty wet and stormy day around about these parts. So I thought I'd do a little video on an update on all the works that's happening. And I'll start at the bottom. I'll then go back up to the residence. I'm not going to take a walk further up, obviously with the weather like this. It's not just a case of it can get uncomfortable, it can get outright dangerous. Thunderstorms about, as you saw from the intro there. So taking a wee trip down, have a little look, see what's what, and stop a couple of places on the way back up. As I say, then we'll do that. So some interesting stuff happening. So yeah, keep to the end of this and we shall see. As I say, the weather not that great for being out and about, so the parking for the forest is more or less empty, just one car there. But quite a lot of work's going on down here. This is where they have their their store. It's where the bottom of the lift is, round the corner to the right as well. So this is the point where the road gets incredibly muddy, but they do a good job of cleaning up after. Again, as I say, very, very muddy. So pull in down here somewhere and have a little squint around. Try not to get into any bother. I think what I could do actually is just pull in here. Most of these guys down here know who I am, what I'm doing and stuff, so usually it's not a bother if I just pinch parking space for a minute or two or whatever. So I'll go down here, have a wee look around at the latest down here. Just make out the buildings at the bottom of Les-Orres 1800 up there, and that gives a kind of location where we are, just below it. And they're setting up the departure point for the new 6-seater chairlift, with a lot of the pylons already gone up. One of them getting worked on there, not too sure exactly what they're doing, but yeah, pretty impressive stuff. You can see the pylons heading up the mountain. I'm not going to be going that far up today, but I should be able to see quite a lot from the residence when I go up there in a minute or two. So down here, all this sort of matting stuff is the stuff that keeps the terrain in place despite storms or snow or whatever. And built in the drainage, diverted, and built in another little one just down the left there as well. So you can see all the stock and the works cabins and everything, guys around. It's all pretty good stuff. And this huge crane thing, wow. So a lot going on, and a lot of stock. The red thing is actually the wheel that the cable will turn around at the back end of this departure point. So what it's going to be like, this telesiège, this chairlift, is going to be very similar to the latest one, which is the peak vert lift down the bottom, and they've got all the banners up and everything showing what's what. So this is what it's going to eventually end up looking like. A lot of very, very big engineering going on. Little cabin there built, that's the one that's controlled from, or that's the one that controls everything once it's operational. And it's actually heated from the motors that are driving the lift itself. So a little bit of an eco thing built into it all there. So a bit of surveying going on and stuff, more storage, cabins, equipment, vehicle parking, the guys that are working here. Some of them, the actual, the company that runs all the lifts and stuff, they're based up here, so there's quite a few of the cars parked up there. The French electricity board kicking around, cables, pipes, amazing amount of stuff that's just kicking around, and amazing just how quickly it gets moved away. So jump in the Jag and go and have a little look back up the top. A little view check before I jump in the car, and you can see quite a grade A Quite a lot of storms about, but not too many of them seem to be hitting directly onto here. Just looking down the valley, which we can't really see much of. Bit of sunshine through the trees at the back there, but I'm heading over to the north, round towards the east. Been a few lightning strikes over the next mountain there behind Cravu, and you can see just up above us here, up towards Busselenk, it's raining quite healthily up there. I've only driven a total of about 10 kilometres this morning. Look at the state of this. That's off the roads, and if you look at the bonnet, you can see this is off the storms that bring in all the dirt and dust from various places. This period of time, it's a constant job trying to keep the car clean or get the car clean in the first place. But the joys of motoring. So let's have a little look down and see what we got. One of the works vehicles parked up here at the outside of the bend, so we can have a little look down on top of one of the pylons. So I think this guy down the bottom that was had the surveying equipment out was coordinating with these guys. I don't know exactly what they're doing. Sounds like a bit of hammer adjustment, but I think there's earth cables going in, stuff like that. Minor adjustments. And that's what the pylons are about. 2 stages, that was the bottom section, the next section. Some of the taller ones will have a 3rd section on, and then we've got all the wheels and the ramps for access and stuff. Quite a healthy piece of kit. So when I was down the bottom there and I was pointing out the drainage and stuff here, you'll see exactly where I am. I was just down below here, and now sort of halfway up the road up towards where the Les-Orres 1800 is, and you can see they're still shifting earth around, they're still putting cables in, they're still putting drainage pipes in and all sorts going on. Very muddy place today with all the rains we've had in the last 24 hours. And more of this matting at the top here, where it's all been re-landscaped. And over to the side there is one of the supports for the new bridge that's replacing the old bridge. So let's go and have a look at that. And I thought my car was dirty. So a little bit further up in the car park for Les-Orres 1800, weather not really improving, looking like it might get interesting in fact. And yeah, a little ray of sunshine comes out, poking through the clouds. But yeah, works vehicles dotted around all over the place. This one seems fairly clean. But just looking over the side here, and that's for the bridge that I just pointed out is there, and this is them just finishing off making the new one, and the bridge will go over the skiing piste. This is the walkway, the path that comes from the car park down here, makes a bend and then heads down, and it used to go across here but it's slightly further down. So this is it then goes across the other side there, and then you're walking away down towards the main station down the bottom there. So it should be interesting watching to see how the bridge gets constructed. I'd love to catch it when they're actually putting the main parts of it into place. Whether I can manage that or not, I don't know. But a lot going on. There's actually people in the hole. Man in the hole! And yeah, all sorts of stuff, drainage, wiring, you name it, it's all going in there. So you can see the effect that this matting has, where they've not finished off that part. There must be something else to go there. But that's the matting that, as I say, keeps the terrain in place when the bad weather comes, or the heavy weather comes. It's not always bad. Now that previous pylon that I was looking at is just down there. The next one up from it is here. smaller sort of wheel system set up on it. I don't know if there's more to go on that, but the next one up, just behind the little bush here, another one up there, that's just right next to the station here. Then one up, which is on the main path up to the first level, another one further up the top there. Now it goes on for a good bit beyond there, but as I say, I'm not going to be doing any walks up there today. So all happening. Let's go up to the main front, the Neige, the main start of the ski piece up in the station here. Go and have a look and see what's going on up there as well, because it's quite a spectacular difference there too. This is the main station here, the back of it. The main place is actually just over the other side there, and this is a dirty Jaguar. So up on the 4th floor, my favourite spot, my favourite balcony. We'll have a little look around again. It's a bit of sun peering through, very temporarily. It's still raining at the top there, raining on the Boussalenc, raining at the top of Pic Vert, and raining above Crévaux. Down the valley, very, very grey. So have a little look down here. A few vehicles, a few guys kicking around. This is the second rolling carpet. The first one's almost finished. You can see there's just a couple of the panels to go, and the actual main magic carpet itself still to go in. So you can see underneath it these blocks, these are the support blocks on it, and across the far side they've started installing the support blocks for the bigger one. This bigger one's roughly about 3 times the length of the first one below us here. So they're just working down, putting these blocks in, and then there'll be another one of these rolling carpet systems being put into here. Now looking above again, much of this matting being installed to protect it and keep everything in place when the weather gets a bit adverse, you could say. And the previous scene when I was down the car park there, the top pylon that I could see is that one. I could just catch the top of it from here, and the next one you can just catch the top of that one too. Still a bit of work going on there, as you can hear. And then down to the further pylons. Now that lot will be heading up above to the sort of first level up the top here, where all the other lifts are that take you further up the mountain. There's the lift that takes you up to the top there, the Pustel lift that takes you up to the Zenith restaurant and up to the top pistes, as well as the Fontaines lift, which was getting used recently for the mountain bike downhill French Cup event, which I covered. And then over to the left, the other 6-seater lift, the top of the Pic Vert lift there, with the Pic Vert restaurant and the Speedline zip wire as well. So that's the setup. We can see most of it from down here or up here on the 4th floor, and quite a lot still going on in the preparation for drainage, for wires and stuff at the top here, in a very, very muddy work area. Let's do a quick pan around on this one. And finishing up with the MaxMountain snackery, sandwichery. Does fantastic burgers, pizzas, paninis, coffee. It's very popular, and he's keeping open at lunchtimes for the workers there. And you can see the cover there that's permanently set over to protect from sunshine when it's hot, and protect from rain when it's not. Don't you know it? I'm still a poet. So just a little update on the progress of the works here. and a little bit of a weather thing going on as well. So I'll do more and more as it happens. Hopefully I can catch the installation of the wire, hopefully I can catch the installation of the bridge, and I'll carry on doing more of this. It's going to be a nice nostalgic look back when it's all done, to see how it was before, what happened during, and obviously at that point as it is. So anyway, that's it for just now. I'll on the zip out, on the outro, I'll have a little look down below here, just below the balcony to the area in front of the residence, and that'll be it. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, keep subscribing, and until the next video, ciao. A lot of progress being made to the new restaurant up there. The roof is, it looks like it's more or less finished apart from the arêtes, the stops, so that the snow doesn't roll off it so easy. And quite a lot going on up there as well. Looking down below us here, and you can see this is where the path used to be, and they no doubt will be building a new path into what's going in down below us here. New drainage has gone in, and still a little bit of landscape stuff to finish, but I think that's just a reserve for filling in stuff that they've already got holes open for.